We're feeling confident, excited and ready to perform. Those the words of Southampton's under-23s coach Ruddy Jahidi as Saints go into their biggest match this year. It's the playoff semi-finals, it's under-23s football where Saints and their opponents Aston Villa are just 2 wins away from promotion to the PL Division 1. So who's going to pull it off tonight, I wonder, in this one-off tie? It's Southampton at home to Aston Villa. It's under-23s football and it's live on the official Southampton FC YouTube channel and Facebook page. A very good evening, I'm Ian Wilding, where we may well have 90 minutes of football tonight. We may have even more, because if it's all square after 90 minutes, we head into extra time, and if it still can't be decided, then we head to penalties ahead of the playoff final next week. The winners of this will play either Reading or Newcastle United in the final. Both of those sides as well playing each other tonight. That also is a 7 o'clock kickoff. The referee is Richard Holm, and Southampton have a very similar side to the one that played earlier on this week when they thrashed Sunderland by 5-1. Ruddy Jahidi said he's just excited more than anything. I think that's taking over his emotions rather than nerves. He certainly looks relaxed down there. But Southampton have that man Jack Rose in goal. He's one of a rare change for Southampton tonight. He comes into the side for Harry Lewis. It's Jones, O'Driscoll and Clara, the centre-backs, with Olafunwa and Vokins, the wing-backs. Slattery and Thomas O'Connor, that man there in the middle of the park. Will Smallbone playing just in front of them. He's their main creative player who had a number of opportunities and scored a penalty on Monday night. He starts as that attacking midfielder in the hole behind Dan Alundaloo and Tyreek Johnson. Southampton substitutes: Cameron Ledwidge, Alex Cull, Harry Hamblin, Will Ferry and Marcus Barnes, who's recovered from injury and came on off the bench on Monday and scored within 60 seconds. So it's Villa to get us underway. They only make 2 changes from their last match when they drew 0-0 at West Bromwich Albion. Go through those sides in a second. But lots at stake tonight then. It's playoff football. Let's see if Saints can pull it off this evening. Villa have Singialo in goal, Baisley, Revan, Solomon and Walker at the back, with Clark as that defensive midfielder behind Brunt and Ramsey, and Vasila and Brades Philogene playing just off Archer as that lone man up front. Those are your Villa sides. Their substitutes: Bridge, Lomax, Guy, Presley and Bradley Burton. The season's felt like it started a long time ago now for Southampton. It was all the way back in August when they started with a 2-0 win at home to Middlesbrough. That was here at St Mary's Stadium as well. And Saints will definitely finish the season at St Mary's Stadium, whether it's tonight or next week, because it will be home advantage for Saints in the final if they get through. That is because they finish second and the highest placed playoff team, with Wolves winning the league and winning promotion to the PL2 Division 1. Free entry for fans tonight as well. Saints can get through. Hopefully it will be quite a turnout next week. Here's Alfie Jones. Not much to separate these two sides. They're very difficult to call this one. Here's Jones again. Vokins. Smallbone. Will Smallbone, the Basingstoke-born midfielder. Just gets better and better, Will Smallbone. He's made that place his own in the under-23s this season. It's back from Callum Slattery, who's back in the side today. Made his senior debut back in January in the FA Cup against Derby. And he forms that midfield, Slattery, along Thomas O'Connor and Will Smallbone. Similar kind of player to Smallbone as well. Both excellent qualities. Baisley back to Singialo, who's in for Matthias Sarkic for Aston Villa tonight. Smallbone. Revan. He's going to be important tonight for Southampton. Dan Anundulu certainly was a real thorn in that Sunderland defence a few days ago. Puts himself about, very powerful striker. Once he gets going, he's very difficult to stop. Here's Olafunwa. Alfie Jones. O'Driscoll. Flags up, offside on Anundulu, and Aston Villa win the free kick. It could well be a cagey start to this game, as a few nerves out there, you'd think. Big game, lots at stake. Both sides 2 wins away from promotion. It's a one-off tie, taken too quickly. Very cruel on Southampton, who lost out on goal difference to Wolves, who won the league. There were 8 goals in it in the end, but both finished with the same number of points. Southampton needed to win by 12 to win the league and win promotion automatically on Monday, but they did very well to win 5-1 against Sunderland, who finished bottom. Olafunwa. Here's Revan out towards the left-hand side. Walker, who's a near ever-present for Aston Villa this season. Forward from Rose. Vasila. Excellent interception. Here's Vokins. O'Connor. Good play down the right-hand side. Olafunwa wins the throw then, so it's Saints who've had the majority of the possession so far. Here's O'Driscoll again, Aaron O'Driscoll. Described himself on the Southampton FC website as tough tackling and creative. Here's Vokins. Alfie Jones had 14 appearances on loan at St Mirren early on in the season, scored 1 goal as well, but returned to the club, his parent club, in January. Here's Slattery, goes deep. O'Connor. Slattery to O'Driscoll. Good run this from Johnson. Can he get the touch? He can. Can he win the penalty? He can. Straight to the spot. And Saints have the chance here to make it the perfect start in this playoff clash. No hesitation from the referee. And Will Smallbone, who scored a penalty against Sunderland only 3 days ago, has an opportunity to do this here in this playoff clash. Well, it's a great run from Johnson originally, missed time completely from Sinisalo, and all of a sudden it's Will Smallbone with a chance inside the first 7 minutes to give Southampton the lead here. Can he do it? Smallbone, and it's beautiful finish. A perfect start for Southampton, who draw first blood in this playoff semi-final. And it's Will Smallbone with his second penalty in 2 games. Saints 1, Aston Villa 0. Well, it was a really neat finish there from Smallbone from the spot. And what a start for Southampton. It could not have gone any better for them against an Aston Villa side who've been in form as well. But Smallbone did the rest. He was never going to miss, and he always looked confident there as soon as he hit it. Saints with a 1-0 lead. That'll just calm the nerves as well, if there are any down there for the Saints youngsters. Slightly risky from Solomon. Good run this down the right. Here's Vasilev, described as American whiz kid. And he does well to keep possession there. And he sets up Ramsey, and the shot comes in the end from the edge of the penalty area. First shot from the edge of the box. Nice little pass in there from Ramsey. Vasilev originally. And then the shot was mishit. Villa looking for that instant response here in this playoff semi-final. PL2 Division 2. It's the second flight, the top flight Saints looking to get into, where the likes of Chelsea, Spurs, Manchester City all await. 12 teams in both leagues. And Southampton have got off to the perfect start, despite the fact Aston Villa have done the double over Southampton this season in the league. Not had a great record against Villa in the past. Here's O'Connor. O'Driscoll. Vokins. Jones. O'Driscoll. Too far for Lundaloo. Forward to Vasilev, but he's not going to get there. It's good play from Alfie Jones. Hey, Indiana Vasilev, who is from the US, he impressed scouts at Aston Villa when involved for the under-17s in the World Cup for the US. He's of Bulgarian heritage. Aston Villa signed him as a result. A very good winger, certainly quick and pacey. Lots of big things expected of him. Here's Brunt. Baisley. Brunt gives it away. Good tackle from Smallbone. Revan. Clark. Walker. Clark. Foul on Ramsey, this time from Slattery. First free kick Aston Villa have had in a fairly dangerous position here. Under-23s football tonight. Southampton at home to Aston Villa. It's playoff semi-finals, lots at stake. It's live on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Ball in again from Clark, and it's too deep. Goal kick. Jack Rose back in the side today, the former West Brom man. Made his professional debut for Accrington Stanley a couple of years ago now. It was Rose in goal, but going forward, 5 players got on the score sheet in that win against Sunderland on Monday. 5 different scorers, everyone spreading it around, including Smallbone, who scored a penalty tonight and scored a penalty 5 days ago. Marcus Barnes, Alfie Jones also on the score sheet, and Thomas O'Connor. Tyreek Johnson as well, getting amongst the goals. But an early goal here for Southampton. Archer. Too far for Vasilev. Well, as far as the senior side's concerned for Aston Villa, Dean Smith has really moved on another level this season. Really ended the season well. They are guaranteed a playoff place, taking them to 5th, likely to play West Brom in the playoffs. And they end their season as senior side, Aston Villa, at home to already promoted Norwich. Sunday kickoff. That one. Throw, which Baisley will take. Bit of a bitter pill to swallow though for Southampton to not win the league. Just saying, to equal the same number of points as Wolves, but they've got off to the perfect start here. Foul on Vokins. Still 0-0 in the Reading-Newcastle game. That's the other semi-final. That one also needs to be won tonight. O'Connor, decent ball. Olafunwa, back to Smallbone. Here's Slattery, Olafunwa. Olafunwa can also play a centre-back. Eligible to play for England and Nigeria. Oludare Olafunwa, lots of talent as well. Joined the academy 9 years ago now. Here's Baisley. Clark. Ramsey. Dominic Revan. Solomon. Revan again, keeping possession nicely here. Aston Villa. Good pressing from Southampton though, particularly that man Smallbone, who's on a mission tonight. Worth a go. Safely into Cincialo's hands. Well, they did well to keep possession there, Aston Villa, but just maybe slightly took the foot off the gas there. Smallbone was there to nearly take advantage. Looking for his brace already. Push on O'Connor. Jones. Vokins. Slattery. Well, Aston Villa have had one shot on the edge of the penalty area which went wide. Southampton asking more of the questions so far, and they've got that crucial early goal. Vokins. It's not a bad ball. Could have easily fouled Lundalu there. Been kept busy already. Cincialo has not had any major saves to make, apart from picking the ball out of his own net, but he's so far caught everything that's come his way and done very well. Aston Villa only won 3 of their last 9 in all competitions, the under-23s against Sunderland, Newcastle and Wolves in the PL2. But they've been generally fairly consistent throughout the season. That's why they are in the playoffs. It's 2nd against 5th tonight. Saints knew they'd be in the playoffs before the Sunderland game, barring a miracle. It was just whether they'd play Villa or Newcastle, but it was pretty clear as the evening wore on that it would be Aston Villa. Good play there. And as well held up there from Lundalu, who was a Chelsea youth team player. French born, but also from Congo. Lundalu had a fair few nice touches so far for Southampton. Inside the first 17 minutes, Radi Jahidi, so far his game plan is working. Here's Jones. Just too far over Vokins. Well, saying about Aston Villa's senior team, Southampton's senior side travel to West Ham United. That one's tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff. Whether Ralph Hasenhüttl rests anyone remains to be seen. Saints now mathematically safe for another season. Great news, Southampton another season in the Premier League. And the under-23s looking to join them, looking to join the top flight. PL2 football. And they've got off to a decent start, not just scoreline wise, but they've been pretty comfortable there. And I don't think there can be any complaints about that free kick, that push on O'Connor. Headed back that time from Baisley to Cinciala. Revan. Clark. Trap chip there on Pedais Philogene. Foul from the Austrian, Christoph Clara. Here's Brunt. Came off Olafunwa originally. Johnson. He was the one who made that run, who won that penalty originally. And he wins a free kick here. Well, he's causing all sorts of problems here. It's the Aston Villa defence, Johnson. He had a brilliant game 4 days ago from the beginning. Scored one, set one up to put Saints 2-1 up from a goal down. And here, he's won a free kick in a dangerous position. And if Saints can score here, he'll have had a huge impact early on. And a word there for the captain, Jack Clark. Well, this is Callum Slattery territory. O'Connor can hit them as well. Smallbone, Slattery and O'Connor, they can all hit them. Who's it going to be? What an opportunity this is for Saints to extend their lead inside the first 20 minutes. Adds to the tension. Smallbone looks like he fancies this one, unless they're looking to confuse the Villa defence. So Connor in the end, and it wasn't too far off. In a way, probably needed that to be a few yards further back. Might have given him more of a chance there. Wasn't far enough away for it to bend down early enough. The Saints have looked confident and assured since that opening goal. Played through. Here's Brunt, good tackle. Baisley. Vokins. Jake Vokins, who burst on the scene quickly. He was just 15 years of age when he first started appearing for Saints under-21s, as they were then known, back in 2015. And again, he is a nearer present in that left-back position this season. Used to belong to Will Wood, that left-back position, till he left in the summer, moved on to Accrington Stanley, then Havant and Waterlooville, but Vokins certainly moving up and down that flank very, very well. And it's been, certainly Ruddy Jahidi will be pleased with what he's seen so far from his side as we approach the halfway mark here in the first half. All played well individually as well, working well as a unit. Lots of promise, lots of potential with these youngsters. And as we've seen this season, Ralph Hasenhüttl giving a number of players their opportunities this season. Back towards the keeper, Cincialo. Clara. Olafunwa in for Ramsey tonight. Baisley. Back to Cincialo. Starting to fill up a bit more now opposite. A few more people coming into the ground. Well, I've heard me say it's free entry 10 minutes ago. Back to Clara, to O'Driscoll. If I keep saying it all night, it might be full by the end. Back towards the left-hand side. Here is Smallbone, Vokins. Lovely football. Vokins again. Good passage of play that from Southampton. Smallbone, Slattery. Here's Brunt. In the end, Bodace Philogene runs into trouble. Back to Baisley again. Defender who said he models his game on Rio Ferdinand, but fullback is his main position. Vasilev. Baisley again, off Vokins' foot. Still Jack Rose yet to be tested. There's Baisley again to take the throw. He might get tested here. He's not going to be. Well protected there from O'Driscoll. Out from Alfie Jones, who was a young player of the season back in 2016, Alfie Jones. And that first team experience north of the border will have done him the world of good. Baisley stays on side here, Vasilev. Came off Jones, it's a corner. Aston Villa's first corner of the game. He's looked tricky, speedy down that right-hand side, Indiana Vasilev. Training ground move. One back from Tyreek Johnson. Ramsey couldn't find a Villa player. Comes back to the Villa goalkeeper, Cincialo. Baisley. Well, that was one he'll want to forget. Isaiah Baisley Graham. Aston Villa have done very well though recently defensively, so it's important Saints got that early goal inside the first 7 minutes. Villa had kept 4 clean sheets in the last 5 PL2 games against Sunderland, Newcastle, Wolves and West Brom. Don't concede many. Here comes Saints with Vokins. Lining up here. O'Connor forces the save. Excellent play. And the way Saints moved that from one end of the field to the next was really excellent play there. O'Connor just couldn't find the finish, but it was worth a go from there. Lining up there, 4 or 5 bursting forward. Great to see. Smallbone back to Jones. Headed on from Olafunwa. Johnson, can he get there? He might, you know. Once again, that hassling the defender. He's so good at that, Tyreek Johnson. And he forces Dominic Revan to put it out of play. O'Connor wins a throw. Thomas O'Connor, who signed a 2.5-year deal back in 2017. O'Connor played for New Ross Celtic before joining Southampton. Good play, and Lundaloo wins the corner. So a couple of minutes after Villa won theirs, Saints have got a chance now. And it is Tyreek Johnson to take the corner, who has been all action up front. Radi Jahidi said that we can't wait, was his words going into this game. The fact that this game is all our hard work coming together were Radi Jahidi's words in this one-off playoff tie in the semi-finals. Now then, can Johnson find a good ball in the box? Johnson looked like it was going to go too far. It was. It may have even crept in potentially, but not to be. Here's Baisley. Vasilev. Forward from Revan. Good play from Callum Slattery. Back to Cincialo in the Aston Villa goal. Saints have been free scoring recently. And it's not just Johnson either, it's Nlundulu, Smallbone, not giving Aston Villa any time on the ball when they're trying to play it out from the back. Forward again to Smallbone. Once again, example of that determination to win the ball there from Nlundulu. Slattery wins the free kick. And again, he could easily have given up there, and it's very difficult to win it back, but he was so determined to get there. And so too was Slattery. It was a foul from Clark. Option maybe to play it to Slattery. The option's gone now. Smallbone. This time he does find him. Decent ball. Oh, and it was so close to finding the net. Johnson. O'Connor. Just a bit too deep there for Nlundulu. Saints still asking questions over that Aston Villa defence. Since taking the lead, it's Saints who've looked the more likely to extend their lead rather than the other way around. They're going to have to stay focused at the other end. Big night, still supporters coming in. Up towards Archer. Cameron Archer, who struck the killer blow against Wolves last month in Villa's 1-0 win. It would have seen Wolves go above Southampton. It's a big bonus for Southampton at the time, but Wolves in the end did enough to overtake Southampton in the table and pip them to the post. Case of fine margins, and it's going to be a case of that in the playoffs. Case of fine margins, as it always is. Southampton just missed out on a playoff spot last season, finished 6th. It went to the final day. It was just a point in it in the end. Saints did end the season winning, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. But they are well and truly in there now. Here's Vokins. Slattery. O'Connor. Winning a few free kicks here, Southampton. They've got another one. Free kick in a similar position to what they had a couple of minutes ago. Still 0-0 with the other semi-final, Reading against Newcastle United. That one also kicked off at 7. Smallbone. Clara. O'Connor. Corner. Lovely play. Smallbone to take the corner then. Scored that penalty within the first 8 minutes, decided that first goal here, separating the two teams. Now he's going to look to go from scorer to provider here, Smallbone. Second goal would make things a whole lot more comfortable for the home team. Smallbone in. Oh, and the header. Well, it fell to Clara. Don't think he realised it would. Thought the goalkeeper, Cincialo, was going to claim. It fell nicely to Clara in the end, but it caught him with so much surprise. Couldn't find the target. But another opportunity for Southampton. And more good hassling, this time from Slattery. Johnson. Olafunwa. Play there from Anundulu, wins a throw. Johnson loses out that time. Foul from O'Connor, so Aston Villa looking to quickly get on the breakaway there, but Saints have done very well last 5-10 minutes just to keep it in Aston Villa's half. Eventually the foul given away. And Villa were saying about their senior side in the Championship now for a couple of years. Do feel like a club that's too big to be there. They may well return this season. Too far for everybody. Back towards Jack Rose in the Southampton goal with just 10 minutes left to play now in the first half. Saints looking good here. Could have been so much better a couple of minutes ago, but Clara's header went over the crossbar. Jones kicks it off his man. Fortunately for Saints, that went nowhere near the goal. Straight to Jack Rose. Aston Villa youngsters won their opening match of the season 2-0 at home to Norwich. Then beat Fulham and Middlesbrough both 2-0. Started the season very well, got out the traps quickly. But here on the Facebook page, Saints FC official and YouTube channel, remains 1-0 to Southampton here in this playoff semi-final. Once again, Saints doing very well off the ball. Revan, back to Cincialo. Archer. Clark, excellent tackle. Really well timed from O'Driscoll. Got slightly fortunate there, Southampton. O'Connor to Vokins. Jones. O'Driscoll. Slattery. Over in Lundaloo, here's Olafunwa. Clara. Jones. Smallbone. Vokins. Jones. Smallbone. O'Connor. Vokins. Oh, just got away from Oliver and Lundaloo in the end. Good tackle from O'Driscoll. O'Connor to Slattery. Slattery just too far for Olafunwa. Right idea. I was saying earlier, both of these sides have had good seasons in most competitions, although Aston Villa did go out of the Premier International Cup at the group stages in a group involving Derby, Plymouth and Sunderland. Saints got to the knockout stages. This is beautiful play, this from Slattery. No free kick that time. Brunt. Vasilev. Here's Baisley. Solomon. Revan. Dominic Revan again, who was part of the senior squad when he was on the bench against West Bromwich Albion earlier in the season for Aston Villa. Dominic Revan, centre back by trade, also plays left back as well. Here's Walker. Space to roam here. Nice little 1-2. Back to Clark. Revan. Here's Solomon. Baisley. Ramsey. Late tackle that was. Referee's going to have a word here. Could go into the book, Callum Slattery. First yellow card of the game, and it was Callum Slattery with a late challenge there. You can have too many complaints about that one. It was very late. But really, Aston Villa haven't had a free kick in a dangerous position like this all game, but they've got an opportunity now. 5 before the break. And it's going to be Clark who takes all of their set pieces, the all-action midfielder, to take this free kick. Birmingham born as well, Jack Clark, and he's got options in the middle there. See if Saints can get this away here. Just a reminder, Saints 1-0 up here, but if it was to be a draw at the end of this game, a reminder, we will have extra time and penalties. Still very close. This one though, just a 1 goal in it. Saints have been on top here tonight so far, but Aston Villa certainly have good options. The likes of Archer, Ramsey, Vasilev can all cause problems. Clark to take. And here's Clark. And it could go anywhere. It's away, this time from Vokins, who did well. Danger over for now. Still 0-0 between Reading and Newcastle United in the other playoff semi-final. Baisley. O'Connor. Smallbone. Ball down, that is a definite free kick. He may well go into the book as well, Brunt. And he does. Comes a couple of minutes after Slattery's foul. Clark, in fact, in the end, who got the booking. He goes into the book. And he was warned earlier, Clark, about that foul on the edge of the penalty area from the referee about 10 minutes ago, and I think the referee decided that was enough. So yellow card for him, yellow card for Slattery as well. Lundaloo. Lundaloo again, O'Connor. Slattery. O'Driscoll. 3 to play here at St Mary's Stadium, where about 30%, maybe slightly less, are played here, involving the under-23s at home. Generally played at Staplewood. We've had every single home game involving under-23s live this season on the Facebook page and YouTube channel, including this massive game here tonight, this playoff semi-final. Wadi Jahidi, lots of positives to go into half-time with. I'll be more happy than not. More positives than negatives to take out of what he's seen so far. Vokins to Smallbone. Just got away from him. Here's Vasilev. striding forward. In the end, it was a heavy touch from Archer. Here comes Slattery, lovely driving run from him. Vital header away from Solomon. Issa Solomon, the 19-year-old, has had a loan spell at Cheltenham in the past. Here's Ramsey. Here's Baisley. Ramsey. Archer. Baisley. Decent ball. Still it's in play. No, it's not. The flag's up eventually. And a bit of a let off there. That was lucky for Southampton. A real chance of Villa. One of the best chances of the game for them. Ball into the box. Just couldn't angle it towards goal. Despite best efforts. That was always going out of play for a goal kick. So you need a 43-year-old now. Southampton legend, the former Bolton man. Over 100 Tunisian caps as well. And how he would love to have a promotion on his CV to Division 1 of the PL2. Both sides 2 wins away. Saints going better for them so far with this 1-0 lead going into the final minute of normal time. Solomon to take. Forward from Sinciala. Olafunwa. Smallbone. Clara. Fourth official about to put up his ball. We'll find out in a second how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to have. 2. Which is what was expected, really. Few fouls, nothing too bad though. It's not been a messy game in that sense, but I'll have a couple of yellow cards, one for Saints, one for Villa. 1 goal so far as well. It's come to the home team. It was a well-placed penalty from Smallbone. It's not been full of lots of chances, this one tonight, it's fair to say. Saints have had the better of it. But certainly not in comparison to the entertaining end-to-end game. I'll say end-to-end, it was generally Saints in control against Sunderland the other night. Villa drew their last match 0-0 against West Bromwich Albion. Certainly a good, solid, well-organised team. And Lundaloo to Olafunwa. Clara. Is there one last chance, I wonder, before half-time? Foul that time. It's a push from Will Smallbone. He's also been sent on the Saints website. He bases his game on Iniesta. If he's half as good as he's going to be, Saints going to have quite some player. Foul from Slattery, and all of a sudden it's a bit silly. Badace Philogene is fouled, and Villa now have a free kick with the last chance of the half to try and equalise here at St Mary's Stadium. And once again, Clark to take the free kick. Dangerous ball again. Oh, and he kicked it off his own man there, Archer. Here he is again. There we are, half-time. So far, so good for Southampton. It's not been a classic. It's been nervy at times. It's been slightly tense. But it's Southampton who draw first blood, and it's that man, Will Smallbone, inside the first 8 minutes with a cool and calm penalty. Tyreek Johnson was the man who won that foul free kick. And Lundaloo has been causing all sorts of problems to the defence as well. Southampton have really been hassling the Aston Villa defence at times. And this is how the goal happened. It was a lovely ball over the top from O'Driscoll. Sinisalo was late, very late. Referee had no hesitation. Smallbone always looked confident. He scored a penalty against Sunderland on the final match of the season on Monday, and he makes no mistake from there as well. Live second half coverage to come online via the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just a reminder, if it is a draw at the end, we go to extra time and penalties, but Southampton will hope that is not necessary. They go into the break 1-0 up, and we'll be back in quarter of an hour's time. Half time in this under-23s match at St Mary's Stadium. Southampton 1, Aston Villa 0 in the playoffs. Welcome back to St Mary's Stadium, where Saints have a 1-0 lead. It's the playoff semi-finals here. It's under-23s football. It's a massive match for Saints, who are 45 minutes away potentially from booking a place in the final next week. And this was how the goal happened. It's a very narrow lead, so it's still very fragile, but it was Tyreek Johnson who made the run from O'Driscoll's ball, and there was Smallbone who did the rest, who sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. There we go then. Sinisalo diving one way, Smallbone going the other. What will the second half bring, I wonder? Whatever does happen, we have live online coverage for you here on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Number of goals he scored, Will Smallbone, now adding another one to the tally. And he's also looked good as well. Certainly made some decent tackles there. So Southampton this time to get us underway here in the second half. If Aston Villa do force an equaliser, as we were saying in the first half, it will then become extra time and penalties. So here in the second half, very good evening to you. I'm Ian Wilding, and we will bring you all the action here as it happens. In the other semi-final then, it is not a great game there, it's fair to say, in the semi-finals. Reading 0, Aston Villa 0. Reading 0, Newcastle 0, I should say. So goalless there. As we're saying, the winners of that will meet the winners of this game next week. Both matches kicked off at 7 o'clock this evening. Slattery to take the free kick then. Saints unchanged in the second half. Rose in goal, a back three of Jones, O'Driscoll and Clara. Olafunwa and Vokins, the wing-backs. Slattery and O'Connor in the middle, with Smallbone playing just off of Nundalu and Tyreek Johnson. Saints subs, Cameron Ledwidge, Alex Cull, Harry Hamblin, Will Ferry and Marcus Barnes. Here is the keeper, Sinisalo, in the side today for Matthias Sarkic, who Sarkic himself went out on loan to Havant and Waterlooville early on in the season. So it's him in goal. Baisley, Revan, Solomon and Walker at the back for Villa. Clark as that defensive midfielder behind Brunt and Ramsey. And Vasilev and Bades Philogene playing just off Archer. Aston Villa subs, Mongo Bridge, Sam Lomax, Ben Guy, Aaron Presley and Bradley Burton. Clara to take the throw. Aston Villa, who won 3 games in a row in early March into April, picked up 13 points from 5 games as well a month ago. They're on a really good run of form. They've had a mixed set of results last 2 or 3 games. Saints taking the lead inside the first 8 minutes, and they'll look to extend the lead here to make it more of a comfortable evening for them. Free entry for all fans tonight as well. Tyreek Johnson spent 4 years at Swindon in the past, certainly causing problems tonight. Back again, and the header eventually from O'Driscoll via Smallbone straight into the arms of Sinisalo. Johnson doing a bit of defending there. Tyreek Johnson scoring Southampton's second goal in their win against Sunderland last week in that 2-1 win. To take them 2-1 lead, 5-1 win in the end. Here's Walker. Headed behind by Aaron O'Driscoll, the Dublin-born defender, who generally throughout the season wins every header there at the back for Southampton. Bades Philogene to take the corner. Not a bad ball, headed clear. Well dealt with from Alfie Jones. Anywhere will do for the moment for Southampton. Aston Villa's under-23s coach Kevin McDonald will have had a few things to say to his players, I'm sure, the 58-year-old, who had 2 spells and Aston Villa as caretaker manager. Also managed Swindon Town back in 2013. Back to Rose in the Southampton goal. Flicked on from Lundaloo. Here's Tyreek Johnson. Here's Vokins. Oh, he hit that well. Had a feeling that was heading for the top corner. That would have been a spectacular if he had a done. Just fouled to him really nicely there on the edge of the penalty area. Certainly worth a go. Hit with pace. Jake Vokins nearly giving Southampton a 2-0 lead. Difficult angle as well. Aston Villa defender Basie was close to him. Southampton won 5 of their last 9 matches in all competitions, and they won a few of them convincingly, including a 4-1 win against Norwich, 6-2 against Notts County in the Premier League Cup, and then 5-1 against Sunderland on Monday. Out from Jones. Sinisala. O'Driscoll away. Here's Ramsey. Johnson. Walker. And this one-off tie here tonight. All balls down to this one. It will be decided one way or another this evening. It's been a great season for Southampton. Among the highlights was reaching the Premier League International Cup semi-finals, where they went out here against Dynamo Zagreb. Revan did pretty well to get quite far as well in the Hampshire Senior Cup, where they also made the semi-finals, and here is playoff semi-finals. Here in this under-23s match, and there's not been a whole load of chances this whole game, really. None more so here than in the second half, but Villa on top here since the break. Is Bidace Villagine. Off O'Driscoll. Johnson. Got to make sure he doesn't give away the foul. Here's Walker. Ramsey. Clara away. Here's Solomon. The 18-year-old. Vokins wins it back for Saints. Can O'Connor get there? He can. Now then, what can Southampton do here? And Lundaloo. Easily dealt with in the end. Still 0-0 between Reading and Newcastle United. Ramsey. Out from Brunt. Good tackle from Slattery. Baisley made the run. Lovely trickery, and Lundaloo. Will he go it alone here, I wonder? He's tempted to. Thought he might have done too much, and he nearly found the finish. Great driving run from him. It's all about playing it square. But if you're playing with the confidence he's playing with at the moment, why not have a go? Aston Villa have Baisley to thank. Good tackle from him. Smallbone again then with a corner. Sure, he was very relaxed and calm at half-time. Smallbone in. Dangerous ball, and it could easily have found the head of Clara. Johnson with a good ball. Once again, it was aimed up towards Clara. Here he is again. If he can keep it in play, lets it go out for a throw instead. Aston Villa themselves had a chance of winning the title with just 2 matches left to play. They had 36 points from 20 games. 3 points less than Southampton, who were top at the time. But they missed the opportunity in the end and had to settle for 5th. Clara's on the floor at the moment. Chance to see that corner again. Dangerous ball. Clara is on the floor. A vital touch there from Sinazalo. Otherwise, Clara would have had a real opportunity there inside the penalty area. Slightly concerning here, receiving treatment. The first real stoppage of the game here so far. Chance to see that goal again. Seems a long time ago that now. First 8 minutes, Tyreek Johnson brought down. Smallbone did the rest. It's not just the goals, it's the assists as well. Will Smallbone. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there. Just an excellent penalty. Gives Adi Jahidi a chance to give his players instructions, and whatever happens tonight, we'll have reaction from Adi Jahidi after this game. We'll go on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, Twitter page as well, and also on our official website, southamptonfc.com. There's another opportunity there from Lundulu in the second half as he dried forward into the penalty area. So there have been chances last few minutes for Southampton. It was a quiet start to this second half. All smiles here though. Looks like he's going to be okay. So a couple of minutes of stoppage here. These two sides met twice in the league this season. Aston Villa came out 2-1 winners at Villa Park back in December. Thanks to an eye-going goal gave Saints the lead, but Villa scored twice through Hepburn Murphy and a 90th minute winner from Clark. That was one of the games. Lundulu to Vokins. Slattery to O'Connor. Lovely chip. Vokins is offside, the flag's up. In the other game, it was Aston Villa who came out on top as well at Marchwood at Saints training ground back in September when Clark scored in 74 minutes to give Aston Villa all 3 points. 6 points they've got out of Southampton this season as the rain comes down now on a cold evening here. Feels more like a winter evening really than anything. Starting to pull down now. Tougher conditions now for the players. And a cagey start then to this second half. Back from Brunt. Here's Vasilev. Going Aston Villa's way that time. So Aston Villa then bringing the usual suspects forward here for this one. The only man forward for Southampton is Lundulu. More defending to do here. Dangerous ball, punched away from Rose. Here's Ramsey. Badace Philogene. Headed away. And Lundulu. Good pass. Southampton here on the breakaway. Smallbone's got O'Connor to the right. He finds him. Surely he'll finish it. He might do it the long way, he doesn't. Took too long on it in the end. Well, that would have made things look a lot better. He almost had too much time there. Had too long to think about what he was going to do. Lovely run from Smallbone. Thought O'Connor just hesitated a little. That would have made things nearly, wouldn't say game, set and match, but certainly brief daylight between the two here as we approach the hour mark. Just couldn't find the finish. Here's Slattery. Lovely play. It's really opening up for Southampton. The flag's up. That was close. Margins there. And Lundalu is the man who's offside, the man who arrived at Southampton back in 2014. That was the earlier free kick from Aston Villa, which was a very dangerous ball into the box. It was good goalkeeping from Jack Rose, who saw to it well. It's a push from Clara. They're winning a few of these now, Aston Villa free kicks in pretty dangerous positions. Saints need to make sure they don't give away too many of these silly free kicks. Still goalless between Reading and Newcastle in the other under-23s semi-final playoff. Clark to take. Clark, that's a decent ball. Good play from Vokins. And Lundalu. Throw to Southampton. Aston Villa's last win was against Wolves back on April the 4th in the PL2. Alfie Jones with a throw. Defender slash midfielder. Another throw for Southampton. Around 60% of Southampton's goals have come in the last half an hour, and we're into that period now. Back to Jack Rose. Olafunwa off the back in the end of Walker. Jack Walker, who's just as comfortable playing right back as he is left back. Jake Walker, he was right back early on in the season against Southampton, and that right wing back Olafunwa, who's had a good game tonight down that right hand side, wins a throw. One of a number of players who's played in that right back position this season, Olafunwa. Jan Valery earlier in the campaign, and Kane Ramsey, who's not playing tonight. Clara with the throw. Could fall nicely here. Good perseverance from Johnson. Free kick given. Well, Southampton won a free kick in a very similar position in the first half. And it was again as a result of Tyreek Johnson being fouled. And he also won a penalty. And interestingly, Marcus Barnes, who came on, imagine we may see him at some point over the next 10 minutes or so. He came on and made a real impact against Sunderland. So we may well see him at some point as well in the second half. He could really tear up the Villa defence, who've been very solid up to this point. Brunt goes into the book. Lewis Brunt, who signed his first professional contract back in November. Well, Smallbone didn't take the free kick earlier. It was O'Connor, which went over the crossbar. Smallbone looks determined to take this one. Surely it's going to be him this time. Big moment, this one, in this playoff semi-final. It is Smallbone. Good save. Olafunwa saw it late there as well, Sinisalo. Good goalkeeping. Vokins, Slattery, Smallbone, Slattery, Vokins. Just stops it from going out for a corner at first. Eventually, the referee signals corner kick, which Vokins will take. Not a bad free kick, hit the target, aim for the bottom corner. Santiago knew exactly where it was going and dealt with it well. Took that free kick a second ago, now he's got to take the corner. I think Aston Villa will be making their first substitution soon. Not the corner he wanted, but he got lucky with that one as it came off the chest of Brunt. Smallbone once more. Well, this time it came off a Saints foot, came off O'Driscoll. Goal kick this time. First substitution about to be made, and it's coming for Aston Villa, but that was a better corner that time from Smallbone. Certainly big appeals there for a corner off Baisley, not given. But I see Filogini coming off, and on is coming Aaron Pressley. Aaron Pressley, who started Aston Villa's final game of the season against West Brom, the Edinburgh-born centre forward. Generally his only position. But Arsi Filogini is more of an attacking midfielder. They're going slightly further, more attacking intent, but this could be a chance here. The flag's up once more though. Johnson's offside. Nearly halfway through the second half now. Saints still holding on to this 1-0 lead, and they've kept a number of clean sheets this season, Southampton. Can they do it again tonight? O'Driscoll to Jones. Vokins. Clark. Off Johnson. Revan. Clara. One goal tonight has come for Southampton, who have been scoring goals for fun recently, including that man Clara, who's got on the score sheet last week. 23 goals for Southampton in their last 9 matches in all competitions. Ball into the box, just over the winger Vasilev. Tyreek Johnson, who made his senior debut in the league early on. Late substitute against Arsenal. That time there's a foul on Clara, and Southampton can just breathe a sigh of relief at the moment, regroup. Have a free kick, which is just what they want here halfway through the second half. Jack Rose, one of a number of goalkeepers who've played for Saints under-23s this season. Harry Lewis is one. Fraser Forster also played earlier on in the season for a few games. And a couple more. O'Connor. Olafunwa. Nice 1-2. Olafunwa again. Couldn't find a Saints player, but they could get in there. Very close to doing so from Vokins. Well seen too there from Sinisalo. Nice run here. Out from Archer. Baisley. And a play there, just went out quite quickly there. Thomas O'Connor had a bit of space. I don't think he realised how much he had there. Still no substitutes of Southampton, who've got Hamblin, Ferry, Barnes and Ledwidge on the bench, as well as goalkeeper Alex Cole. Nice play. Dangerous ball. Comes off the head there and asks some questions there of Jack Rose. Vasilev dipped down at the last second. There's always going to be a save there from Rose, but it did dip down the last second. Decent ball into the penalty area. Got there ahead of Olafunwa. And in the end, good commanding goalkeeper from Rose. O'Connor. Lovely play. Beautiful. Olafunwa. Johnson. Late tackle, another free kick for Southampton. They're having a few of these now. Foul on O'Connor. Southampton, as things stand, 20 minutes away from the playoff final, as things stand. Long way to go yet, though. Foul from Ramsey. Smallbone might fancy this one again. Once again, it is those two stood over the ball. So Nasalo organises his defence. Certainly further out than the last free kick. There's O'Connor. Oh, that's beautiful. Southampton move one step closer to the playoff final. They can reach out and touch it. And if that is the deciding goal, what a way to do it. Pick that one out. Thomas O'Connor with an absolute beauty. Saints go 2-0 up, and there's just 19 minutes left on the clock. What a curling left-footed shot that is from O'Connor. You don't save those. Not from there. Not at that angle. And it looked like it was very far out. As we were saying in the first half, when O'Connor had that free kick on the edge of the penalty area, which went over, said that it felt like he needed to be 5 yards further back. He might have had a chance. Well, that's exactly what happened that time. And he took it. Terrific goal. They're so close now, Southampton, to booking that place in the playoff final next week. But Aston Villa will come now at Southampton. Well, what a strike from Thomas O'Connor. He had that opportunity about 10 minutes ago where he was one-on-one with a keeper. That looks slightly easier, but that is where he's good from long distance. Great strike from the Irishman. Now then, Aston Villa looking to get a goal straight away. Vasilev in field. Good play. And Lundalu. Saints may not need extra time then, 2-0 up. Here's Clark. Looking to respond straight away, and that was always sailing wide of the post. Goal kick, 17 to play. Slattery on the floor. So there's going to be maybe a little bit of stoppage here. Back on his feet, didn't take too long. So O'Connor with a goal, a second goal. It was Smallbone with a first inside the first 10 minutes. Going absolutely with the script so far for Southampton. So they're bringing on Harry Hamblin here, who again is a box-to-box midfielder. Certainly caused loads of problems there for Dynamo Zagreb a few weeks ago in the Premier International Cup. Ronnie Jahidi making his first substitution, about to in the next couple of minutes. O'Connor with a goal. Makes things more comfortable, but not completely comfortable. Things can change very quickly, but they are very close now to sealing it. There's good mental strength for Southampton as well after just missing out on that title on goal difference. They've come out again, determined, look confident from the word go that they can finish the job here and try and get to that playoff final. Foul on Slattery. Elsewhere in the other playoff semi-final, it is 1-0 to Reading. So a goal there for Reading. So as things stand at the moment anyway, it will be Southampton against Reading in the playoff final. Obviously it can change in both matches, but that is as things stand at some point next week. If Saints get through, we will have live online TV coverage. Villa will look to have something to say about that. Slattery off. Played well. Harry Hamlin on. Can Saints get a third here? Smallbone. Clare heads on. Here's O'Connor again, playing with all sorts of confidence now. Another corner. Lovely play, headed on from Clara. And for the old, thought about the bicycle kick there from where he was. Small one with the corner. Aston Villa, despite the fact they drew 0-0 last game, they only had 43% possession, and it's Saints have had more possession here tonight as well. Into the box this time, dealt with, headed away from Presley. Comes back to Jones, comes back nicely, missed kick from Nlundulu. That would have been a free kick again to the side from the West Midlands, who are making the near 400-mile round trip. Well, it was a heavy touch originally there from Baisley. Saints were looking to take advantage there from Alfie Jones, but here down the other end comes off Oliphant. It's a rare corner for Aston Villa, and if they take advantage here, we are in for a grandstand last 13 minutes. They will be giving it everything now, Aston Villa. Big part of the game. Into the box, good header from Clara, vital header. Comes back to Ramsey, into the 6-yard box, a vital header from Vokins. Excellent play. Not the tallest player at all, Vokins, but he certainly made up for it there. Smallbone. Forward from Revan. Nicely picked up once more from Jack Rose. 12 to play. Goal in each half separating these two. In a match where there's not been a great deal of chances throughout, really. The Saints have had the better of it in the second half. They've come close on a few occasions. But not a great deal in the first half. Here's Jacob Ramsey, who, big things expected of him, Jacob Ramsey. Won the Academy Player of the Year award for Aston Villa. Villa's number 10 also was involved with the senior team, made his debut in February for Aston Villa senior side. There's been quite a rise for him, who was in the under-18s only early on in the season. In the meantime, Alfie Jones, one back from Baisley. Nlundulu is on the floor at the moment while this is going on. Back onto his feet now, quickly. Ramsey. Here he is again. Good defending, just a case of focus here for Southampton. At 2-0. Here's a funny old scoreline at times. Still going to be receiving some treatment here in Lundaloo. And also Southampton are about to make 2 substitutions. Aston Villa are about to make 1. Looks like it's just his hamstring there, so there's going to be a bit more stoppage. But what a night it's been for Southampton so far here in the playoffs. Against Aston Villa, under-23s football. Both have played 22 league matches. And it all comes down now to the playoffs in this one-legged tie. But as we were saying on Monday, it's not just those 22 league matches, all the other competitions that Southampton have been in, when you add it all together, more than 40 games really for these youngsters. It's been a long old season, but so far for Southampton it's going with the script. So it was early on in the game. There was a bit of an injury to Christophe Clara, who was able to carry on playing, but this time Lundaloo tried to get up, but didn't quite work for him in the end. He's coming off. Will Ferry is coming on. Marcus Barnes also coming into the action. So Barnes on. Just going to be the one substitution now then for Southampton, who were about to bring on Ferry as well. Baisley coming off for Aston Villa. Ben Guy coming on. So Ben Guy on for Villa. And Clark's coming off. He's the man who takes all their free kicks. He's been looking pretty good in front of that back 4 tonight, Ben Clark, but he comes off, going for a change here in personnel. Bradley Burton coming on, so Guy, Presley and Burton all coming on for Aston Villa all together. So they've made all of their substitutions. Another throw on the right-hand side. Villa have 8 minutes plus stoppage time to try and get 2 goals. Otherwise, Saints heading to the playoff final next week. Away from Alfie Jones. Up towards Barnes. Marcus Barnes scored then within 2 minutes after coming on against Sunderland. Also set a goal up as well. What a way to return to injury for him. Villa in possession now then. Dominic Revan. Here's Revan again. Here's Aaron Presley. Walker. Indiana Vasilev. Ramsey in field. Here's Lewis Brunt. Ben Guy. Guy. Sullivan. Revan. Vasilev. Time to tackle well in the end, Clara, but it's another corner kick for Villa. And I would have thought we could have about 5 minutes of stoppage time here. At least. All the substitutions and a couple of injuries as well. Saints have every man back. Dangerous ball, decent header away. Had to time it well. Here's Vasilev. Another good ball, another good header. And this time, my goodness me, how close was that from Sullivan? Great header away from Harry Hamble in the first place. But that was a gilt-edged chance. And that was the opportunity for Aston Villa to get themselves back into the game. Just scuffed the shot in the end, but how close was that? From Asa Solomon. He's been capped, Solomon, for England at under 16 to under 20 level, and played every game in the European Championships under 19s in the Euros. So he's certainly big things expected of him, but just narrowly wide of the post. And Saints continue to lead 2-0 with 5 to play. It's over 600 here tonight. Johnson. Smallbone. Olafunwa. Ramsey across. Bengai. Barnes. Good run this from Barnes. He's got 5 players around him, including that man Revan. Here's Ramsey. Into the box, good header from Clara. He's fouled, 4 to play, plus stoppage time. Southampton are getting ever closer to that playoff final, and really lots of different challenges throughout the season that's tested their mental strength. They've played physical teams, they've played technical teams. All sorts of challenges they've come through. Are they going to come through this one here tonight? 3.5 minutes left to find out. Saints could be about to make their other substitution here. Could be Will Ferry coming on. Is that a handball? No. Aaron Presley. Cameron Archer. Saints just need to make sure they stand up to this here. Archer again. Olafunwa with a header. Back to Walker. Lewis Brunt. Bengai. Ball in. A good header from O'Driscoll. Olafunwa. Johnson back. Hamlin to Olafunwa. Wins the free kick, just what Saints want at this time of the game. Got a bit of an injury as a result. Took it round the defender originally, Jake Walker, but Ramsey made the tackle. Saints were about to make a substitution, just being put on hold for a second. Olafunwa looks like he's okay though. Well, eventually Will Ferry is coming on. It's Tyreek Johnson coming off, who's worked tirelessly again. Southampton striker slash winger. He's great in that role though, as that most advanced striker role. He's been excellent tonight, won so many free kicks, and the most important thing he's done tonight was win that penalty. Within the first 8 minutes, Smallbone did the rest, but it was all down to that lovely ball from O'Driscoll, chip over the top. And this is when Saints extended their lead to make it 2-0. Thomas O'Connor, from some distance, he had to go some to find the top corner. Oh my goodness me, did he do that? Final minute of normal time. Here's Ramsey. Here's Barnes. Here's Smallbone. That would have put the icing on the cake, not to be that time. That would have been the goal that definitely sends Southampton through to the playoff final. Barnes who found Smallbone. Couldn't find the finish. Heading into injury time very soon. The fourth official's about to put up his board. Walker out of play. Clara to take the throw. Jake Walker. Clara. 5 minutes of added time indicated, so there is still time for Villa. They need to get a goal within the next minute or so. Southampton, it's time for the corner flag, which Ferry's looking to do. And he does that very well indeed. Saints are even closer now. And they have been excellent tonight, Southampton. They've been very professional, very solid. Made it very difficult for Aston Villa going forward, who haven't really created very much. Both sides have got excellent defences. Things going very well for Southampton as far as the senior side's concerned recently, and the under-18s, and now the under-23s are on the brink here of doing something pretty special. O'Connor. Just a slight problem with the corner flag, which has just fallen out. That will do Saints nicely as well, just waste another 6 or 7 seconds. Lovely play again. O'Connor. Here's Barnes. Clara. Well, that is a hoof ball. Anywhere will do from him. For a rapid VN man. It is the final few minutes between Reading and Newcastle. It's now 1-1. Looks like that's heading into extra time. So as things stand, if Saints do get through tonight, not sure who they are going to play in the final. One of Reading or Newcastle. The Saints coaching staff, including JD, will not mind who they play, as long as they get there. Smallbone. Solomon. Guy. The tackle from O'Connor has just been excellent defensively and going forward tonight, including that beautiful goal in the second half. Solomon. Ramsey. He's onside here. Vasilev. Good defending from Clara. They need to score right now, Villa, if they're going to have a chance last 2 minutes. Saints get this away, and it's pretty much job done. Guy. Archer. Off O'Connor. Falls nicely there for Ferry. To Barnes, who linked up so well the other night. Both linking up together for the goal when they both came on at the same time. 90 seconds left. An excellent night here for Southampton is about to be signed and sealed in about 75 seconds time from now. Vokins with a throw. Revan. Final minute of injury time. Ramsey. Walker. Gets it all wrong. Harmlessly sails over. So, 40 seconds Southampton have got. They are heading to the playoff final. And what a fantastic achievement it's been for Southampton, who've been on good form throughout the season, including at the end where they picked up some decent results. But it was just Wolves who did so well towards the end of the season, coming from 2-0 down against Manchester United last 10 minutes to win 3-2. Rose to take. Back to Walker. We're into the 5th minute of stoppage time here. The referee looks at his watch. There we go, there's the whistle, and Southampton are heading to the playoff final. We will have live online TV coverage next week. Saints have done it. They will play either Reading or Newcastle in the final. They are one win away from winning promotion to the PL2 Division 1. Here at St Mary's Stadium. A goal in each half, and it has been a textbook win for Southampton tonight, who've looked solid, they've looked comfortable, they've got the job done, and a well-deserved win. And showed great character to do it as well. A goal in each half, and Southampton have done it. They've beaten Aston Villa 2-0 here. And it all started from this ball from O'Driscoll. Johnson, who made a few good advancing runs, fouled from the goalkeeper. Smallbone did the rest. 1-0 Southampton led. At that point though, still lots of work to do, but things got a lot more comfortable, and you could tell as soon as O'Connor scored that goal, it was very much Southampton moving up another level, and it made it very difficult for Aston Villa, who didn't really create too much after that. And if you're going to score a second goal to seal it, well, what a way to do it. O'Connor and Smallbone have both had free kicks on the edge of the penalty area before then, but what a strike from distance. They're happy with that, the Southampton players, but they know there's still work to do. And when that date is confirmed, we will let you know of that playoff final. Whatever happens, we will have live online TV coverage on the Facebook page and YouTube channel. We've also got reaction from Reddy Jahidi on those pages and channels, as well as SouthamptonFC.com, our official site, and Twitter as well. It's been a fine night for Southampton, building on that great win against Sunderland on the final day of the season early on in the week, and now they're in the playoff final. Thank you very much for watching tonight's Under-23s clash. We'll see you again next week. Full time at St Mary's Stadium. Southampton Under-23s 2, Aston Villa 0.